Special. Starring Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker, Harrison Ford as Han Solo, Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia, with special guest star Beatrice Arthur.
Hello.
Yeah, we're good.
We had some technical difficulties.
But welcome back to Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast.
Dark Forces 3.
Dark Forces 3.
More like Dork Forces. But anyway, here's a little technical fix if you guys run into the same problem we were having. If you get an error, or not an error message, but if you get a Windows window popping up saying you need to install another app to
I always wanted to do that to somebody.
fix the MS-overlay, gaming overlay. That's just the Xbox game, game bar screwing up your game. So go into your settings, go to the gaming, and then turn off the Xbox game bar. And you won't have to deal with the crap we had to deal with.
And that saves you about a half an hour.
It will. It took us
About a
half hour of Googling and smoke break and talking to my tech guy to see if he knew what was going on. And we were able to diagnose it. Ow!
Whoa!
He just domed me.
Yeah, dude. Giggles.
So getting back on track, do you guys have emotional conversations with your family?
If it requires it.
Yeah, if it requires
If it's
it.
if it's not like a death in the family,
if there's like family issues, or if there's some developments on something, like but
it has to pertain to a family issue. You can't just like sit and ponder life.
Well, I mean, sometimes I guess, but that's more philosophical than it is
I could see the
emotional.
Sand,
right?
I could see the Sandfords doing that more, and Rob being the Discord in that, and being like, "Well, funky donkey," and he's like doing weird shit the whole time.
My dad and I often have like quote unquote deep conversations where we just kind of ponder things and
Like shower thoughts, but with your dad.
kinda,
Showering with your dad.
Showering with your dad. New podcast.
Shower
coming soon.
thoughts with my dad.
But whether it be something that's relevant in the news or just something that popped into our head, and then we'll just kind of philosophize on things.
Talk it
Wax poetic.
Blurp.
What was the last thing What's the last thing you remember, Sean, about having a conversation with your family that wasn't really specifically about anything that really directly affected you guys, but you just had a deep conversation about?
I don't know, I guess mostly politics and stuff like that. They make fun of Trump, I make fun of Trump and Biden, and then my mom gets all, but I'm not a Democrat. I'm like, I know you're not. But she gets really defensive when I make fun of Democrats. That's about it.
That's as deep as you go?
Usually.
Yeah, I wish I was in that boat.
Occasionally my dad and I will get into like philosophy discussions when we're talking about Star Trek and stuff, but
Right.
That's actually a good entry point into philosophy.
it is. It's a really good spot. But now that I got my
What?
I thought I had quick save.
Now that I got my
quick
Oh, I got
save
my quick.
has to be okay.
But yeah, usually if I'm like having conversations,
Oh,
it's usually
instances.
it's
There
like
we go.
we're
There
analyzing
we
some
go.
shit, or maybe I'll talk about a movie or something with my mom, or random little tidbits. My dad and I will share tidbits. And
Did you and your mom talk about the philosophy of Sonic the Hedgehog?
no,
Oh,
no, but the philosophical conversations are mainly me and my dad,
okay.
because we're both very like overly analytical, and
Like
are,
to shower together.
are
It's
able,
fun.
So
and are able to see like
Oh, God.
a lot of angles of different arguments and stuff.
So does your mom like not want to get into the conversation about like the morality behind chili dogs?
It's too much.
Too much?
Is it too much
That's
for
a
your mom?
heated conversation. The morality of chili dogs. I tell you what.
Oh.
But yeah, it's basically we talk about things that we're both interested in, right?
Okay.
So it's Dad and I. It's pondering stuff and just over analyzing stuff and like music things.
Shoot.
My mom and I, it's a lot of like movies and like TV stuff. And,
Ooh.
Do you think that would change if you had a sibling that was going to school for being a therapist?
yes, because
They don't want to analyze everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they'll want to try to fix you.
Yes.
But you can't really fix family because
No.
your family, you grew up with
But
people,
it's
you know
but
their
it's
history.
But being like in that world so much,
backflip.
it's just like second nature to them. It's like a muscle reflex
Yeah,
to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe
If
not
I had-
trying to, they just naturally do it.
If
So
I
it's
had
like,
a famous brother or sister that was like world-renowned therapist,
Yeah.
I'd still give them fucking shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like,
Oh, yeah.
they try to analyze me, I'd be like, yeah, you're a fucking dipshit.
yeah, then you break into the just brushing stuff off thing and just be like, no, that didn't happen. No.
yeah.
Cool.
I remember when you shat your pants.
Yeah.
I remember when
that one
Rob
time?
kind of did a lot of that when he was in high school. He was
Shit his
taking
pants?
like not shit his pants, but try to like analyze the family and stuff. And he was taking
Yeah.
like philosophy class and like
Right.
intro to like psych and stuff like that.
Okay, tell me about it.
It's kind of that
Well,
thing.
there's not much to tell. He was just like, oh yeah,
what it
you're
is.
feeling that way because of this, and it's like, no, I'm feeling that way because you fucking broke my Xbox.
See, that's what I was trying to
The
get at.
overanalysis.
The impetus of
Yeah.
the situational, like, him wanting to analyze stuff. It's like, you fucking...
it's with Rob, it's always something.
But he'll try
Mm-hmm.
to be like, well, Sean, you shouldn't be attached to, like,
But that's-
physical things and have
Right.
that have just a certain empty value to your soul. Like,
That's people though, right? Like when they get interested in something or spending a lot of time with something, it becomes, a topic of conversation or something they frequently go to because
I just learned this.
they're
Mm-hmm.
currently immersed in
This
it.
is
right?
new to me. Now I'm going to try to do it in everyday life.
Yeah.
It's like, dude,
I mean,
it's annoying.
So
I did
much
that to my
amateur
parents
psychology.
when I got really into like
and-
bears and shit, and just like throw out bear fun facts left and right,
Yeah.
and it's just like, yeah, that's nice.
Did you know bears could do this?
Yeah, and then it's like, why don't you guys think bears are as amazing as I do?
That's why most of my things too are just like fun facts. They're not super deep, in-depth things because it's like I don't want to sit and explain for 10 years about because I will do it.
Yep.
But I'm just like I'll just keep fun fact nature. It's quick to the point.
Have you
done.
ever tried to like neutralize a heated conversation by like just starting to talk about something really banal?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just like
the
just
best
out of
way
left
to-
field, just be like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, when I was.
It's the best way to diffuse those
I
kind
know.
of
Yeah.
conversations.
I relish those moments.
Prison
when I can
break.
just, like,
Because then it makes the people involved in like the argument just realize it makes them take a step back because they're not involved in that topic anymore.
Right.
Like not directly, and then someone else is there, and then they kind of break from it, and then they're like, oh yeah, there's someone else here. Maybe this is whatever. Just need to chill.
Yep.
Like it causes a break, a distraction from that moment. You know what I mean?
That's why it pays
It's
to
like
be
when
high in those
Caesar
situations.
Milan does that to the dogs. It just breaks that connection.
I wish you could do that to people.
That's why that's a perfect example too when like they're talking about like if you see a dog attacking or something, just stick your finger in his butt
Yep.
because it distracts it. It breaks the attention.
I
You
mean,
should just do that with any situation.
yeah. If I was in a
Yeah.
fight and someone stuck their finger up my butt, that would
Yeah.
make me snap out of
Exactly,
it right away.
because like any animal, you have that natural defense of your butthole because it's
It's a private spot.
well, and you're in a
It's a
compromised
vulnerable
position.
spot, too.
it's
Like
the red
that's-
flag zone. It's don't
Yeah.
touch.
That's one of the
Bad touch.
hypothesized reasons
Very
why
bad
dogs
touch.
go in circles a bunch before they go to the bathroom. One of the reasons they think is just because it's them, making sure there's nothing around them because they're about to be in a very compromising position.
Very vulnerable.
Also
Very
possibly
vulnerable.
Also possibly why if you're outside they'll stare at you. You know what I mean? That's another thing people get. It's like, why is my dog staring at me when it poops? It's like it might be because they trust you. So if anything goes wrong, they look at you to give them,
What's up with
that.
this Marlon Brando looking motherfucker?
Yeah, that guy looks like
Cotton swabs. in his mouth.
70s B movie sci-fi, not
Leroy Jenkins.
Star Wars.
I'm gonna give you a proposition that you can't refuse.
But yeah,
Are there
dogs.
more bad guys?
I'm gonna give you a proposition you can't.
What goes in the hole
Take
comes
away.
out the hole, and sometimes what goes in the hole distracts the hole.
Yeah. it distracts the whole situation.
Yep.
The whole situation.
Hey,
Da-da-da-ba-da-bum.
batteries. I gotta find some med packs. Oh, we got
Well,
back
good
to
conversation.
Yes.
I'm always interested in other people's family
Yeah, 'cause
dialogues.
it's all very different.
It
right?
is.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
I don't know how I'd probably have really a lot of fun with your guys' conversations. I hate mine because mine get way too deep and I don't like them.
Right.
I try to make
Shit.
light out of every situation, but everything has to be so dire and grim.
Right.
Yeah.
I know, like, my sister-in-law initially was a little weirded out because, like, my family is so, like, close. Like, we hang, like, we're friendly. We're kind of,
You guys shower together.
and we talk. Yeah, we talk and whatever and hang out and like are kind of friends
And
type
hers
thing.
don't?
And her family's not as close. You know what I mean? Like not like so. It was a little weird right away because we're not used to it. Because family dynamics are so different between everyone's different families.
Right.
Okay.
So everyone shows their family bond in different ways.
Right.
You know.
It's like, it's awesome that you can just pick up where you just left off talking with your family members. But when, like, you just recently talked to somebody that you haven't seen in forever and they're not a family member, it takes you kind of a while to warm up to them and, like, get their vibe again. You know? But with your family, it's just like,
I know.
pick up a game of
Well,
basketball.
it's like I'll always know I can make this certain reference or this certain joke.
Yeah.
With my brother or
Always
my dad.
inside jokes.
Yeah,
They'll
always.
always be good.
Well, that's it too. Being a family, there's so many inside jokes. You know what I mean? Like, say someone did something stupid one time.
Yeah, and you just
You always
reference
remember
that.
it.
Yeah. Remember that time? Blah, 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 and you're like, what?
I mean, like for us, there's a lot of time. My mom.
Not necessarily stupid, but
Yeah.
you guys remember that like wooden entertainment stand I had and the
Yeah.
hieroglyphs we drew on it?
Yes.
Remember what that meant?
Uh-uh.
It's Rob, but it was a goose and then a person and then a big cat following the person.
Yeah.
And it was all because when we were at the Wahpeton Zoo, we were all little kids and Rob was at like the height of his ADD.
Yeah.
And he saw a goose, so he started following the goose. And the goose went in front of the mountain lion paddock, and then the mountain lion started stalking Rob and the goose. So it was just like what do you call it? Not circle of life.
The
Food chain.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
the food chain visualized, and I
That's
was just
awesome.
like, whoa.
But it ties you back to that
Yeah.
zoo.
Yeah. That inside joke. That's
Nobody will get that if they just see it. If that that wooden dresser gets
Yep.
picked up by somebody else, and they're like, "What the hell is this mean?"
Yeah, I left it on the corner when I moved out of that apartment,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was gone within a day. And I'm just wondering if whoever
Who's
found
got
it
it?
is just like trying to analyze that.
Decipher
Yeah.
my,
What are
ancient
these?
aliens
What are
will.
these secret codes?
my mom has had many funny situations of mom brain. You know, all moms have it.
My mom's having it.
They forget something or they say something silly, or whatever.
And you just
And
stare.
you're just
If
like-
you just stare at them,
You're just like, and my dad and I are
Showering a lot.
most frequently give her shit about it, but my brother, gets a kick out of it too, and so there's always things like that we'll reference. I'm just like, well, mom. Look at that.
typical mommy.
Yep. Or certain things that she says, like what? Well, it's perfectly innocent.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, but she like would get out, and one time got out of the car after we went somewhere, on like a trip or something. She said, "Oh, I'll let you guys get that, like the bags or whatever and the stuff," because she had to run in or something, and and I was just like, "Oh, you're gonna let us get that? Like it's some sort of privilege to carry all these bags in?" I was like, yeah, like just as a joke, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so every time, ever since, it's the same kind of thing. It's like,
a let.
you're gonna let us take these in? It's like, yeah. So funny, because we'll always like, she's always got some way to get out of carrying the bags, always.
Yep.
And that
Oh,
just
God.
became
Oh, God.
another thing on it, and it's never like purposeful. It's just
Funny.
her. But yeah, it's hilarious.
Not
So
really
something we bring up all the time.
mom brain related, but my mom had like just got out of surgery one time, and we went to the gas station because she wanted some snacks or whatever.
Yeah,
And she saw a packet of Jumbo,
yeah,
like the big giant gumballs in a tube,
yeah.
and she just fucking lost her shit at that. It's like, you guys, is Jumbo, get it? And I was just like, I get it.
That's fucking awesome. Well, I
She
think we
was-
should end this episode, but just saying,
Jumbo.
Jumbo.
bye, mom.
Bye, Mom.
Bye, mom.
Bye, mom.
I'll bring some Jumbo home.
Shut up, Mom.
On the Star Wars special.